All right, welcome to a bonus adventure in the bowels of Netflix, more or less. We're back. Larry, we're back.
Brains, I'm a zombie. This is like the lamest. Jesus Christ. 21 seconds in and it's already the lamest fucking joke.
Well, you know, brains are delicious. Monkey brains, I've heard, are good and not bad for you at all.
What about chilled monkey brains?
Is that how you got AIDS?
Well, I mean, I fucked it before I killed it. Need it. 40 seconds, and I've already said so many incriminating things. And just to be clear, that voice was a reference to Indiana Jones.
Well, at least the audience knows that you're
just
joking.
Being a horrible racist.
Well, so this is not an official episode. This is just a bonus welcome back because we are back, and probably once this gets posted, there will also be an episode posted very shortly after. But we just wanted to let you guys know where we've been and what's been going on because we missed you.
Yeah, really did. It sounds like bullshit hyperbole, but we really did.
It was a very fun project to do, but unfortunately our lives are normal lives, and there is a bit of turmoil. Things went up and down.
Always.
Yeah, I don't know. So what's been going on with you, Larry?
Well, so the last episode we recorded, or last episode we put out, I believe, was in January of 2019. And presently it is...
It is March.
March, thank you.
There's 29 days of February.
Shut the fuck up. It is presently March of 2020. And the last episode we put out was in January of 2019. So at the end of January, my father died. Long story short, I think I mentioned on the show before that I've had a very up and down relationship with my father, but the fact of the matter is I was the executor of his will because I keep getting just bashed in the head and forgetting that that's the worst job and keep agreeing to do it for people. And so
by the way, Larry, do you want to be executor of my will?
I honestly, if you asked me that for real, I would say no.
Good.
Never again.
Boundaries.
I told my mother it's my sister's turn. When she dies, it's my sister's turn to fucking execute somebody's will. So that consumed a lot of my attention for a while because, believe it or not, my father did not keep the most cognizant of records and owed a lot of people a lot of money.
He was an upstanding member of the community, right?
No.
Volunteered frequently?
He was a shitty criminal. So not even a good criminal.
Yes. I remember the purple counterfeit story.
Well, long and short of it is he's dead, and dealing with that, and there was some emotional stuff to deal with, too,
of course.
Obviously.
Parents are parents, for all their faults.
I have a complicated relationship with him, so there was a lot to unpack. But the long and short of it was it took me a long time to deal with the workings of it. So that kind of chewed up a lot of time. And I don't remember when we even thought about trying. I think it was like probably the end of March or something before I even said like, hey, we should get back to this. But then, at that point, you were busy.
Yeah, so I had some personal things to deal with, and will continue to deal with them for a little while. So, I mean, I've always had some mental health stuff, depression, anxiety. And it turns out I had been self-medicating with alcohol for a decade, roughly, And actually, I went away to rehab twice back in June, and then I just got out like a month ago from another stint in rehab, which is very interesting in a lot of ways. But, so yeah, there's that. Which made recording kind of made everything in life take a backseat to alcoholism, because it was getting to a point where it was sort of dominant.
Yeah, you were not in a good place. I worried about you for a while. You were not doing so hot. So this show, as fun as it was, and as much as we missed doing it, had to take a backseat. Yeah,
and it's one thing I've noticed too, or going back, like just anything I was passionate about, creativity-wise, writing, music, art, anything like that, doing this podcast, everything just
sculpting phase.
Yes, I would I'd get a ham and try to carve an image of my own genitals out of the ham and then mouth the ham in front of the younger members of my family.
It was I believe art critics called it bold.
I don't know if the police chief is an art critic, but yeah.
I should not be joking around while you're trying to be serious. I'm so sorry.
No, I brought up filleting a ham modeled after my own penis. It's called ham therapy.
Paid $6,000 to learn that. He did.
No, yeah, it's $1,000 a day in rehab. Jesus Christ! Thank God for insurance and all the people who don't have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could draw this perfect graph of as my alcohol use went up, my interest in creativity and other things went down, like exactly opposite lines diagonally.
Mm-hmm. If you can cut this part out if you don't want to talk about it, but if I may be so bold, I'm going to point out at one point and it was a little bit before we quit, but we were in the middle of recording an episode and you had to stop because you couldn't focus on it anymore. Yes. And we actually restarted it and did it again.
That was the stupid Penn Jillette movie, right? Director's cut?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid movie.
Yeah. And you know, of course, I love you forever. I'll support you in anything, but I do hate you a little bit for making me try to explain that movie twice. Because as you may recall, it is impossible to explain.
Yeah. But yeah, because, I don't know. I would definitely use alcohol as a social lubricant in certain things, and partially even for recording this. Like, having just, despite the depths of my alcoholism, I would usually be able to somewhat keep it under control and have a couple of drinks, which would loosen me up a little bit. But that night I was not in very much control. That was sort of when things were getting a little worse. So yeah, you got to the point where I couldn't pay attention and couldn't react accordingly. And that was one of many wake-up calls, and it just took like 100 different wake-up calls to finally get to a certain point. So, yeah. And I don't know. I'm doing outpatient therapy now and trying to do AA, sort of struggling with stuff. I'm an atheist. It's probably been mentioned, which is problematic in that world. There's an awful lot of God when it comes to recovery, and they tell you can conceptualize God however you want to, but then everyone turns around and calls it a loving creator. So it's like, well, no, you kind of you're putting a bullet point on it.
To bring back to my father, when he got arrested for something. He had some drug related thing, but it was a minor thing, and part of it was going to AA, and I attended a couple of meetings with him because that was what he chose to do on his divorcee weekends. So
how old were you, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably like 13 or 14. Maybe younger.
Right.
I don't remember.
I
guess it'd be younger than that. Probably more like 12.
How seriously was he taking it? Because I could see that being horrible, or I could see that actually being illuminating for a kid in that position.
Took it. Well, I took everything as illuminating pretty much past age 6 because I just learned to quietly observe the world around me and file it away for future, which all it's done is caused me immeasurable depression and mental health issues. But
we were talking about your low-level anger just recently. That might be part of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much been consistent. But I think I was about 12, and he took it. He had a way of taking things incredibly seriously while not really learning how to take them seriously. It was like he gave it his attention because he knew that was required of him, but he wasn't faking. He wasn't just rolling his eyes behind it. He believed in it, but only as far as he needed to fulfill his obligations. And he died with a bottle in his hand. So, and I'm not joking. So, I mean, it's not like he learned.
Having met an abundance of alcoholics and addicts recently, we share a lot of things in common, and I understand that perspective very much. And I've seen a lot of people behave like that, too, with that, you're kind of taking it seriously, but kind of not, and it's right. Not fake, but it's not really authentic.
It's a really interesting phenomenon.
I've been there myself, too. It's weird.
I think it must have something to do with the addiction itself.
As
far as I say must, I know what the hell I'm talking about, but, I'm always from the outside looking in. Because that's something I witnessed with him all the time, and the faith thing, that's where I was going with this when we started. It came with that because he had waves of up and down with Christianity, but it was super big then. He was super into it then because that was what it was all about, and everybody ended off every one of their hello, I'm such and such, and I've been an alcoholic for I don't know what 6 Hail Marys, where the fuck.
Yeah, we measure in Hail Marys, yes.
Yeah, so and it was always capped off with a God speech, air quotes. So I was kind of uncomfortable I was technically a Christian because my parents were Christians. So I was like, I don't really, kind of not into this. And I don't know why it's necessary. But now, again, that was, how old am I? What, I guess 15 years ago? More? Not 17 years ago? So
You're an old man now, Larry.
I know. I've aged 6 years since the last year we've done this.
But young child, you're still in your 20s. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh my God, what are you, 30 years old in one day? Yeah, you're not...
I'm 31.
Yeah, you're not that much older than me.
These aren't what they used to be, whippersnapper.
Yeah, I'm sure. I actually believe that. If anything is wrong with you, I believe it's your knees and your... Well, I know it's your back, but I believe it's also your knees.
Knees, back. I had to dig a grave for a pet not too long ago, and I was just standing there staring into the hole.
Funny. That's really not funny. I don't know why I laugh, but just the image of you, like, okay, here we go. How do I dig a hole?
No, I know how to dig a hole. I'm just saying, like, seeing an exposed hole in the dirt created a longing in my loins, and not to fuck it, but, like, the call of the void.
I see, yeah.
These old bones are, mentally preparing for their time in the earth.
Wow. Fuck. That is heavy.
So this is the comedy podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, yes. And we're not laughing for show. I think if you told me that, I would laugh. Just because in my head, it was like you're burying like a donkey or something.
Donkey? Who has a pet donkey?
The image of you digging a full-sized grave was really... It was
really a rat. It was a small hole.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Oh, God.
What were we talking about?
Happy things.
You were talking about AA and atheism and Christianity, and we were agreeing that it's very heavy with that.
Yeah, it's that's been a challenge and still working it out. But like as of today, March 1st, the day it is, Larry.
Okay. Yep.
Goddamn jackass.
Uh-huh.
I have 50 days sobriety, which is longer than I've had in 10 years, pretty much. Which is pretty
incredibly admirable.
crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And yeah, I don't know. It's thinking about forever is weird and terrifying, and I kind of can't do it. So the whole adage, one day at a time, which gets old because everyone says it, but everyone says it for a reason. So that's how I'm living for now.
I feel like it must be very hard because you are incredibly intelligent and you're able to, you're always able to cut to the heart of the matter very quickly. I think that's a trait we share, is that we're very quick to like see beneath the like upper level, like the surface layer of things, to cut right to like what's actually going on with anything from this to fucking movies to standing in line at the supermarket. Like, we're both very quick to assess the situation and see everything going on. And I think for like something like this that has a lot of platitudes that are kind of just become meaningless after a while, not that they lack meaning, but just because you say something a million times doesn't matter. Like, I have a phrase tattooed on my arm, and the more I think about it, the more meaningless it becomes because it's something I think about, So, just that kind of thing.
But there's a lot of stuff like that just sort of fits in the echo chamber. And especially the ones that rhyme drive me crazy.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of any. Probably because they make me so mad I want to scream and kill everybody. Metaphorically. Is that a metaphor? I don't know.
Yeah, you can metaphorically murder someone.
Sure, with my ham boner.
Yep. I was going to think of the ham boner, too. I was going to bring that up. God.
You're going to do it now, aren't you? We can do it together.
Ooh, can you go? Who's going to be the Patrick Swayze in this one? Like, shaping the ham dick with like over top of my hands or your hands?
I was picturing being behind you.
Okay, then yeah, you can be Patrick Swayze and I'll be the woman in that scene.
Demi Moore?
Is it really?
Isn't it?
I've never seen Ghost.
Fuck, no, I don't. No, it's Whoopi Goldberg, right? Whew, okay.
No, it's not Whoopi Goldberg. No, Whoopi Goldberg, he inhabits Whoopi Goldberg, isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
I think Whoopi Goldberg is like
Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr, that's it. Okay, right.
I'm pretty sure that's not right, but your face looks pretty serious, so
no, it's definitely Roseanne Barr.
Okay.
Yep. Skinny, beautiful. Roseanne Barr, yeah.
Which one's Roseanne? Oh, she's
from the
Roseanne,
show Roseanne, you dumb fuck.
That's right. It's March 1st. Hello. It's March 1st of 2020. Roseanne's been off the air for 17 years. So, Isaac, you update your references, you old fuck?
How has it actually been off the air for 17 years, or you just pull that out of your ass?
I pulled it out of my ass, but now I'm going to look it up.
Well, I bet it's been longer. I bet it's been 27.
When did Roseanne go
Bringing
off
you
the air?
The hot, relevant information.
It's been off the air since 97, so 22 years.
Oh,
Wait,
so we were like exactly
right?
in the middle.
Is that math?
That went a long time. Yeah, 20.
Well, wait. We're wrong. Roseanne is back on the air. I forgot.
Yeah. She was a whole Trump supporter thing.
She's not in it anymore because she did something stupid. I don't know what it was, though. She said something racist, I think.
Filleted a ham.
No, that was you. That's why you were taken off the air.
No, but so anyway, to get serious again, when we do make the ham, I think one of our dicks should be on one side and the other like carved out of the back of it.
Well,
so
as we've
it's like a perfect sex ham.
Wow, a perfect sex. Can we change the name of this podcast to Perfect Sex Ham?
Yes.
I feel like we'll get more listeners, even if we still just make fun of movies.
I kind of want to fuck a ham.
Just do it. There's nothing stopping you.
Hams are costly.
You've paid for, well, if you're not drinking anymore, you've got extra cash for ham.
That is a good point. I definitely could rationalize spending $20 on a ham. Just
if you're
fuck
gonna
it.
And you can fuck
eat
it more
after
than
I
once.
Fuck it. That's true. Fuck
Don't
it a
eat
bunch
it
and
after
then
you
eat
fuck it.
Why not?
Because it's full of your cum.
Jeffrey Dahmer did.
Yeah, all right, you got me there.
Yeah, see?
Isaac Early is the new Jeffrey Dahmer of a new generation.
I just take moral inspiration from the man.
Can we isolate that clip, please, to our editor? I take moral inspiration from Jeffrey Dahmer.
Now you're the one who said it.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Walked foot into that one. Well, so was there any other parts of being out that you wanted to touch on with that in regards to everything that's happened?
I don't know if there's anything specific. I'm sure certain things will just come up conversationally in podcasts as we decide we can't talk about the movies and need to ramble on about our lives. And
I mean, we've done it in this, and we're not even talking about movies.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting, and I resisted for a while it becoming part of my identity. I didn't really want to tell anyone at first, because I've been more or less trying to get sober for 2.5 years, and this is the most success I've had. So, and for a long time I didn't want to tell anybody, then told a few select people, and now, like, I'm fine talking about it on the podcast. So, yeah, it's just part of who I am. It's weird, it's uncomfortable, but it's inescapable.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I found a lot of success with my things about myself I didn't like is when I became like totally public with them. On Facebook, a lot of times I will just tell long, rambly stories about things in my life that are like not things I would usually tell people or things a human would tell another human, because first of all, who gives a fuck about what I did when I was 7? Second of all, I played Age of Empires for 15 hours yesterday, so I am not in the right headspace for that. Second of all, it's just like personal stuff, and I feel like that's really helped me as a person to just be like, you know what, when everything's kind of out there, when there's really not much of my life that's private, like, I feel better. I don't know.
That's a huge thing in recovery, is just being fully honest, and I think that's a good way of living for everybody. The more stuff you have hidden under rocks, just, I don't know, the more defensive you get, and the more you need to keep hiding things. And
right. And it's stressful. It makes you a stressed out person, and it colors all of your interactions with the person you're trying to hide things from.
It's like if you have the bodies of 33 young boys that you've murdered under the floorboards in the crawl space of your home. Like, anytime you have people over, you're just going to be anxious.
I think there was like 4 in the river, too.
That's why you just burn them.
And that's right, folks. In case you were wondering, it has been over a year, and yes, we are still sucking the dick of last podcast on the left. Nothing has changed.
They did move to Spotify. That bothered me. But whatever. Next thing you know, we'll do it, and we'll be millionaires.
Well, on that note of us, the millionaires we will never become, let's
Spotify,
talk about...
if you're listening, we are so much better than last podcast on the left.
We talked about heavy stuff for about 6 minutes and then bullshit for 14. So let's talk about more bullshit, and let's talk about the podcast. Our podcast. The one we do. You fucking chill.
The Bowels of Flitnicks.
Yep, that's right. Professor
Yes.
Flitwick. He was in Harry Potter. He was played by Warwick Davis.
Really?
Yeah.
Flitwick. Flitwick.
I knew you'd knew it, you fucking nerd.
You eat a dick. Eat a ham.
Eat a ham
boner.
dick.
But yeah, so we becoming Bachmann. The format will stay the same. I got Irish all of a sudden. I don't even know what the fuck is happening anymore.
Now, if you're anything like me, that accent will eventually become Mario if you keep it up.
No, I'm not racist against Italian plumbers. So.
What is? How does it make me racist?
Because you hate Italians.
I do not hate Italians.
When's the last time you ate pasta?
Fuck, it's been a long time.
Yeah, you keto motherfucking Italian racist son of a bitch.
Don't worry, I got fat again. Don't worry. Turns out it's really hard to eat well when you sit at a desk and are bored to tears all day.
I heard filleting ham boners burns calories. Just don't eat it. After you fuck it.
God damn you.
But yeah, we will be back. The format will be the same. Every week, one of us will have a terrible movie that we have to digest and pick apart in excruciating detail that the other asshole has picked for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And if you've been listening before, not a whole lot is actually going to change. If you're a new listener and you've made it through 20 minutes of this nonsense, I guess the actual episodes will probably be more entertaining, or at least a different type of entertaining. We'll see.
Oh, I think so.
But yeah, please stop by and check out, I guess, what is episode 38? I think.
I don't remember that.
What, the last Durgan, the last dragon?
The Last Dragon.
Which,
as of right now, is not on Netflix any longer, but Isaac has agreed that he wants to see it, so he is going to check it out. So,
yeah.
Technically, it was on Netflix, so it's the Battles of Netflix adjacent.
Did you know they made a prequel of it?
Oh, yeah?
The Penultimate Dragon. I made that joke to my wife about The Last Unicorn, and she got very mad.
How is your wife?
I've only talked to the divorce lawyers for about 6 months now.
Which for the first time ever was a legitimate question.
She's good. She's been learning how to play the piano, which was remarkable after the whole can open her finger incident, after she mouthed off a little bit to me.
Now, did you remember that when we were doing this show before, we already had a joke about her fingers being mangled for some reason?
Yes, that came back into my brain very quickly.
I want to, next time I see you, I want to see your wife's hands to make sure her fingers are not actually mangled.
I mean, I can just mail them to you. I'll just have to put them in a bunch of styrofoam peanuts so the glass jar of formaldehyde doesn't break.
Jesus Christ.
What? She's really good at playing the piano with her stubs.
Ding dong, ding ding ding.
No offense to any Lieutenant Dans out there. I apologize.
Oh my God.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, so this is the kind of top shelf humor you can expect from a real episode.
Prepare to be offended. That should be our subtext.
We never try to do it intentionally, but I'm pretty sure every episode I've re-listened to, someone could easily be offended.
Yeah. Well, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, so there you go. Might as well have fun
Yeah,
on our
fuck it.
way to the stumpy grave.
It's true. So yeah, I guess, and then, so you're going to do that, and then we are going to get back to normal. We're going to, at the end of your episode, we'll pick movies for each of us, as we do.
Yep.
Then
Episode
after that, it'll be
40 will be coming, after that.
Yeah.
Once a week. Released on Friday? Does that sound right? Or no,
I think
we
it
did
was Sunday.
Sunday.
I think
Yes.
it was Sunday.
Sunday, and getting ready for the work week.
Mm-hmm.
Every Monday commute, you can look forward to some hot bowels in your car.
Oh God, I don't ever. I've had a lot of times I'll have hot bowels coming home from work and just like a hot rocket straight to the toilet, the turlet.
Turlet.
Yeah. So I've got I now, once we decided we were going to do it again, I have a couple in the chamber for you that I'm really excited about. But I gotta say, I think I'm getting a little nervous. Netflix seems to be improving a lot.
I'm sure they're still trash.
I'm having trouble finding as much I'm having trouble finding diverse trash. There's a lot of like kids movie trash and horror movie trash. But I found a couple But I'm getting a little nervous that Netflix is getting a little too good.
Worst comes to worst, we could diversify across streaming platforms.
It's true.
But we'll stick with Netflix for now and see how it goes.
Disney Plus
in the
exists
new
now.
year of our Lord 2020.
Oh, God, it is 2020.
Yeah, we're getting old, Larry.
The year 2000 was 20 years ago.
Terrifying.
Where were you during 9/11?
Sucking off a ham boner.
At age 14?
No, I was 13? 12. 11. I don't know.
9/11.
12, maybe 12. Happened in September. I don't even know.
I was in 5th grade.
I was in 7th grade. How old are you in 7th grade?
2 years older than you are in 5th grade.
Might have been. No, it was right when fuck, man, I don't know. I'm old enough I don't have to worry about this. I didn't do it.
Oh, this wasn't an interrogation, but after your defensiveness, now it is. Where were you?
In all honesty, last night we went out to eat, and the bill came out to... Fuck, what was it? Like...
9/11?
No, $30.89... $30.89. So, I made the tip $9.11. And then I wrote, Bush did tip 9/11.
We joke a lot, but I genuinely believe you did that.
That I did that, or that Bush did that?
No, that you did that.
Yes, I definitely did do it. But also Bush did do 9/11.
Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah,
and he killed
Kennedy.
Dumb. He was too dumb.
No, yeah.
It was rummy.
If there was any cover-up, they were just hiding their own incompetence. They let it happen. Because they should have called it.
Yeah. I think it's been an established fact that the Rumsfeld knew about it, at least.
I don't even know.
I don't care. What am I going to do about it? Nothing.
Join the army. Lose some limbs.
I'm good. You just want to call me Lieutenant Dan, don't you?
Yes.
God, what is the show? Why do people listen to this?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Well, Lieutenant Dan, that's movie related. See?
That was...
We're on point.
Yeah, that was Forrest Gump. That'll never be on this show. I think that's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. It's a pretty good movie.
It's all right. I don't have the love for it that everyone does, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not the best movie in the world, but it's good.
What is the... To keep this tangentially movie related, what is the worst movie you think you've seen since we've been recording the show?
I don't know if I have a single worst. I'm in Love with a Church Girl was uniquely frustrating, but that's partly because I'm an atheist.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I meant since. Have you seen anything really bad since we've stopped recording?
Oh, since we've stopped.
In between. That was my real question.
I haven't really watched a whole lot of movies, and I generally don't watch bad movies. Unless you make me, you asshole. Have you seen any stinkers?
No, man, my life's perfect. You fucking idiot.
God damn it.
If I did, I don't remember, but I was curious if you had like a if you had like a family event where somebody made you watch, like, I don't know, Christmas with the Cranks or something shitty like that.
No, pretty much all our family events revolve around ham. What?
Yeah. How's that go?
Well,
you
everyone sits on the family ham. Takes turn riding it.
Did you say sits or shits, and does it matter?
Sits.
Okay.
There sometimes is a brown smudge.
Again, I ask, what is this show? And why do people listen to it? Please submit essays to bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com.
Yes, indeed.
Do you remember all the shit we have to tell people to do? Because I don't, because you usually did it. Is that a thing we should have looked up before this?
Do the interact on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it works.
I know you can search for us for a fact on Google Podcasts at the Bowels of Netflix.
Yeah, I think we were on Spotify. We're not exclusive to Spotify, but pretty much anywhere you normally get podcasts.
Yeah, I think it's.
And we have some of those social media things that we keep on top of.
And we will definitely. I know bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com is definitely one of them.
Yes, that's the best way to communicate if you want to drop us a line, have any suggestions for terrible movies.
Yeah, and we also have a Facebook page in which someone did reach out to us after we weren't recording, and I do not have that person's name pulled up because I'm a terrible host. Well, I'm just a co-host, so thankfully I can get away with being a lesser.
We're both co-hosts.
I mean, it's technically your job as the primary co-host.
That's not a thing.
Listen, you're the co-host, and I'm the Ass Plus co-host.
The Ass Plus?
Yeah, the assistant. Ass Plus.
Yeah, no, we're both co-hosts.
All right, well, Yes, but someone did reach out to make sure we were okay because we make a lot of jokes about hurting ourselves because we're the worst kind of people. So to that person whose name I will look up for the next time, I want to thank you, and we are okay.
Yes,
as
we
much
are
as we
alive
can
and well.
be. Yeah,
and we'll continue to be so, more or less,
absolutely.
despite the ups and downs.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess the next episode's back to business, and we did this separate because we kind of wanted to keep the regular episode from being full of our life drama.
Yeah, we didn't want to eat up a ridiculous amount of time in an actual episode. So feel free to ignore this.
Yep.
Which, why would you be listening to this part and me say that if you were ignoring it?
It's true.
Probably should have started with that.
Yeah, in fact, we may want to cut back in a bit of us saying, like, hey, if you're not interested in our regular lives.
How about we just play the episode in reverse?
Okay. That was really racist when you played it in reverse.
I'm really curious what that'll say. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
it's at minute 32:15.
All right.
All right, good.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. I forget how to be funny. It's been too long. Also, I want to mention I played Age of Empires for 15 hours yesterday. I have no brain. It's gone. I sold it.
I think that's what you do? You sell brains?
That's
where the zombie thing came from.
Oh, God,
Full
don't
circle.
bring that back up. That was a terrible joke.
Zombie brains.
Go fuck your ham. All right, so soon. We're coming back real soon. Probably the same week or the week after this comes out. I don't know what's coming out. That's Isaac's job.
Get ready. Be lubed. Because the bowels are coming into you? I don't know.
I told someone we talked about on the show a couple of times, my friend Paul I play D&D with, I mentioned the show was coming back, and his response was, my joy, overloading, my penis, erect, my spaghetti, decocoed.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it was very funny. So, we're coming back.
I brought my spaghetti decoco t-shirt into rehab. I got a couple of interesting looks. I decided not to explain it.
I'm so glad that that's the thing that you have and exists in your life.
Team spaghetti.
Oh, God. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for me.
Yep. Thank you so much for listening, and we will stay in touch.
Sounds good. Smell you later.